Hey mate, so you wanna know how to make a cool house? So let's get into it. So, first off, I'm just gonna introduce myself. I mainly build Minecraft built structures. So yeah, the first tip is you're actually gonna map out the area where you're gonna build. And the way you can do that is actually use logs and sort of map out how big you should build this area. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in between here. So we're gonna have this to be the main entrance. And let's see, let's have 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One there. Do the same thing over here. Oh, I'm misplacing everything, so we can just replace these here. And then you can actually use the logs to sort of map out how tall your build should be, or at least get an idea how it looks in the world when you're done. Let's say we have this here, and it should be around this side here. You can do whatever you like with the design. So we're gonna have it this high up here, and we're gonna map out more. This is just the beginning here, where we can have an entrance, and then you sort of want to come out here. And note that you don't have to count actually, if you have chosen like if you choose how tall it should be and all that. So right now it should be this here, and there should be one block here too, and we can map it out here. That is the first tip for you who want to build a cool house. But when you have done that, we can actually maybe sort of build one more here. Let's say it should go out like maybe this is not gonna be a huge build, but we're gonna see if we can make it work and have it look nice. So this should be fairly easy for you to replicate into your build. And then we can get on to what we can do with these sides here. Oh, it was too long here. As you can see, you can also use this to see if your build actually fits into the world. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna have an entrance here for our little house, and you can, if you wanted to, build it with stairs. I think it's the best thing to do to build it with stairs, so you don't have to jump every time you want to enter your room or anything like that. But we're gonna have it a little bit taller here. So this is actually our room where we enter a little house. So let's see, we can place one there, place one here, and then we can actually map out how it would look like with wooden planks here, so we can have a little bit of a feel how the interior should be like, how big it actually gonna be inside here. So you can always replace the logs here and map it out a bit more, so you have a feeling about if it's too big or if it's too small. Actually the most part it might be too small for you. But this is actually where you can build sort of like a lot of builds to your city, so it looks pretty. And this actually will work for the most part, especially if you map it out and all that. But let's say we're done, and I'm trying to build in materials you will get early in the game, so not like something obsidian and all that. So right now it's all mapped out and it's good and all that, but it looks kind of dull, right? We actually gonna keep the logs here, so this could be the walls. so we have a little bit of a feeling for the walls. But when you just fill it out like this, it tends to look a little bit dull, so you can give a little bit more detail into it. And the way we're gonna do that is through different types of wood, and no, not wood as of right now, but if you're nearby a jungle, you can give it a little bit like vines, or you can use cobblestone. Because if you have seen the villagers, okay, we're actually gonna have it this big here. As you can see, I tend to forget how tall it should be and all that, but when you use cobblestone underneath here, I can just show you. If you use cobblestone here, it's give the build a little bit more of a foundation, and the color is a little bit better, so you will have a little bit of feeling for how it actually would be built in the real world. But let's me just do that, and you have to know that if you build it up one block more, you have the chance to do it with all different types of blocks. But when you do this, you can actually find some mossy cobblestone. If we have that, we have it right here, and actually switch some of them out with mossy cobblestone, so you will have a little bit more detail into it, and that actually looks quite good in my opinion. You need to put in some details if you want to have your house look a little bit cool, and there's a tip for you: use some different types of blocks. Like you can also take some stone bricks and fill the inside, or the layer here underneath, with some of the stone bricks and some mossy stone bricks. So let me see, we should be done here, and then we can actually build the walls here. So this should be done in a minute. I don't want to fill this out here, we don't need that right now. And then we can have one door here, and we can fill the rest of it up here, so we have the walls done. There we go, almost done with the walls here, and we can have the walls here. So I don't know if you want to build something interior. I can maybe make a video for you where I can show you what you could build inside your build, so you can put in some more details. That could be fun actually, because for my own sake, I tend to leave the interior really blank, because I mainly build the outside layer for the most part. As you can see, now we also have this pillar here, or like a wooden frame that actually looks like it's doing something with the build. Let me see, we should actually get a bed so we can sleep. Let me see, where are you? There you are, right there, and we can sleep. But when we actually do this, like put up the frame, we have a good look. We're gonna have a good look at the build like this. So as you can see, we just need to fill this side out here. And now we can have a little bit of a look. As you can see, we need to first of all fill this in, but this needs to come out a bit more. So we can do this with a little bit of like tweaking the area like this, and put in some more detail like that. And we can have we can have this built out a bit, so we can have some fences in. As you can see, again, you can just tweak it a little bit so it doesn't look so bland. Like this should be nice. There we go. Maybe we can have a little bit like another design or anything really, but we're gonna have Where are the regular fence? Right there. There we go. But we can actually just use the fence here, so we have a little bit of a more room for details to it. It's not the best thing, but it's okay. It's one of the more faster things to do when you're just starting off in Minecraft. So what you can do now is you can not use these, but you could use half slabs. It tends to be a little bit hard to use half slab for the most part, because if you're using them wrong, it tends to be a little bit more difficult to make a better build out of it. So let me see, we can come up here. So the next level should be over here, right there. You can pause the video and actually see if you're doing the same thing, but you mainly have to do this for yourself. But this is just an idea to how you could build a cool looking house in the beginning, instead of that square-ish feel, as this wouldn't even be out here. It would be on the same level as the wall, and we cannot have that. We actually need to put in some more details like windows. And the windows, I tend to not use the squares because I find they look a little bit bland, so we're gonna see if we can use some of these here. And if you can't find stain or something to stain the glass, don't bother, because you can actually maybe, oh, we shouldn't put it there, we should have it there, and we should have it a little bit darker. Maybe this, or was it the same one? Nope, it was the correct one, like that. And now you can actually see we can put in some details to it and do this right there. And when you do that, you again bear in mind there's a little bit of space here, and we don't want that. So first you can put in some vines here, so there's a little bit more life to the area around it. And you can also put some bushes and all that. Really, you can do, again, you can do whatever you like, but this mainly is where it's at. You need to put in some more details, is what I'm saying. Sorry if I'm actually saying the same thing over and over sometimes, but it is actually very important if you do that. But now you can see there's still a space here, but when we're actually focusing on how it should be made, so let's see if we can get it. Let's see. There we go, we're in the right corner. So let's see, here we go. You can put in some trapdoors to actually make it so it looks like they can close, and it looks kind of nice and neat. But again, we still need something here. You can just, if you wanted to, turn some of these upside down, some of these stairs, and you can put in some buttons in between. I think I will do that right there. And if these are too much for you, you can always do something else, like put in some flowers or anything like that. But I can actually show you what you could do, decorations, and you can put, here we go, and put some on top of it, so as for a little bit of detail. This is me not actually building off another build or anything like that. I tend to look at things before I actually build, but this is where you can see you can easily maybe get this like from a pond or a lake or anything like that. So you can build these little pots, and you can find the flowers right over there in the world. It's not so difficult to find, but you can see this looks much better, and there's a little bit more detail. Maybe if you don't like these trapdoors all over the place, you can just leave it in some areas, and then you can just see if it works or not. But if you wanna fill this out so it doesn't look so bland, you can actually, if we can get the log here, you can put in some more details with some logs, and we will have some leaves. You still need some scissors or something like that, but I think this is okay. Oh, jungle leaves are maybe a little bit better. Yeah, they're a little bit darker, but not like spruce tree. And if we want to put in some more details, I actually saw it today. Sorry if I can't remember the name of the channel or anything, but you can actually put vines on them, just like when you see it on trees or anything like that. But again, it gives it a little bit more of a detail. So yeah, there you go. And now we have a bush there. It's not so big. Maybe if you want to build it so it looks a little bit better, you can build it there and terraform a bit, so you have the area a little bit more nice and neat, like that, so it's more even. And you can do the same thing over on the other side, but you will have to do some decision in how big the build should be and where everything should go. And sorry if I'm not speeding things up, but I think you should see how long it actually takes to build this. And I know this is in creative, and you're probably doing this in survival, but if you have all the materials, you'll actually be really fast with this. You can actually build this very fast. And let's see, we have some doors. I think we will need this door. I think we will have this to be a little bit more cozy. Maybe this is too good. Or clean looking. Maybe jungle. Yeah, I think you can use whatever door you like. I think this is okay, and you can see through it. It's kind of cool. So yeah. And again, you can put buttons all over the place, but you can also, just for the lighting effect, put some torches over there, and maybe one besides here. And then you can have, maybe, where is it? We will have a button here, so you can actually ring the doorbell. And you can actually also, yeah, doesn't matter, it's fine either way. So there you go. And then the hard part is actually the roof, and for that I actually need to build this in a second video, and then we can maybe finish off the rest of the build. But this is the first tip on how to build a cool looking house in Minecraft. It's not the greatest, bear in mind, but this is just a sketch what you can do, and put in some details, and it starts to look something completely different and not so bland. So yeah, I will see you in the next one.